So our final step is to actually connect our delete button on our front end to our delete functionality in the back end. And that's really simple. So before we do that, I don't want to delete one of these movies we have right now because I'll be using those. So instead I'll add a test movie to delete. So I'll add a movie, test movie, and the release date will be any valid date because I'm going to delete this. And the runtime will be 101 minutes, and we'll make this one, say, PG-13. And the rating, it's not a very good movie, so we'll give it 2 stars. And the description is some text. So I'll save this. Okay, so it's now saved, and what I'm going to do next is actually look at my list of movies and find out what its ID is. So test movie, in my case, is ID 10. So I'll go back to add movie and change this to a 10. Okay, so it's been entered into our database, and now I want this delete button to actually do something. So let's go back to our code, our front-end code, and we'll look at this file, editmovie.js, and we'll find the part where we actually delete it. And if I recall correctly, it's just before the render function. And there it is, confirm delete. So let's get rid of this console logs. We don't need that anymore. Okay. And here, this onClick function, okay? We're not going to say click yes. We'll get rid of that. And we'll put some curly braces because we're going to do a number of things. So what we'll do, first of all, is use fetch. Fetch, and we're going to fetch to our new root in our back end, http://localhost port 4000 /admin /delete movie / and then we just need to append the ID of the movie, which is this.state.movie.id. And just to be clear, I'll add the second parameter, just to make sure that everyone knows when they're looking at this code that this is a GET request. Then we'll take our response and convert it to JSON. And then it'll be pretty much the same thing we did before, but I'll type it out here. So we're getting data, and we're going to hand that to all of this. If there is an error, so if data.error, then we'll do one thing, else we'll do something else. And what we're going to do here is the simple alert functionality. So we say this.setState, and we want to set alert to be of type alert-danger to give it the red background, and the message is just whatever is handed to us in the JSON file. Data.error.message. And then we'll copy this and paste it here and modify that to alert success to make it green, and change the message to movie deleted. Now at this point, if we stop there, we'd get a nice alert movie deleted appearing at the top of the page, and we'd stay there with the movie still displaying in the form. And that seems kind of pointless. So maybe we shouldn't do this alert at all. Let's get rid of that. Instead, let's take them somewhere else. And we're going to do that, of course, because this is a single page app. We actually have to use the history. So this.props.history.push, and I'm going to push it to path name. And it has to be like that, all lowercase letter, and I'll take them to the admin screen. Okay? So let's try this out. Let's go back to our web browser. We'll look at the list of movies. And as you can see, test movie is still there, and it has an ID of 10. So let's go to add movie, and let's change this to 10 to bring that movie up. And my delete button should appear when I do this. And it does. And now when I delete, we should be taken to the Manage Catalog screen. Yes. So there we are. And now if we look at our list of movies, it's still there. Why? Well, we made a mistake somewhere. Let's go back and look at and see what we called for a URL, because that's probably it. So we left the v1 out of our URL. So there we are, v1. let's go back here and go to Home and go to Add Movie and change that to a 10 and delete it, and now it should delete it. So now if we go back to our list of movies, it's gone. All right, one typographical error isn't too bad. So now we have Create, we have Show, we have Update, and Delete, or from the CRUD acronym, Create, Read, Update, and Delete. All of those are now functional for our application. Of course, we're not finished yet. I mean, one thing we're obviously going to have to do is we don't want this Add Movie or Manage Catalog to be available to just anyone. We want only the people with the appropriate credentials to have access to that. Also, we probably should do a little bit more validation on the JSON we're sending to our back end. So on the back end, maybe we should implement a little bit of validation there just to be absolutely safe. So we still have some work to do, but it's coming along nicely.